Imagine going from being a master to being... Your life was good about 13 hours ago. Now,
right. One swipe. Practice and building suspense. And here we go. That is just a mock demonstration. And then last time, here we go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the YouTube channel. My name is Cam. This is Zay, and we are here reacting to Game of Thrones Season 4, Episode 4, Oathkeeper. If you guys like what you're watching, leave a like down below. It would be greatly appreciated. You can subscribe to stay tuned for more. You get that bell notification button to be notified the next time we upload a new video. And speaking of 4, I got a third 4 for you. I got a third 4 for you, so maybe I have a fourth 4 for you. Anyways, if you guys want to watch our full-length reaction to this and the next 4 episodes, you can check that out on Patreon. The link for that will be in the description. But with that being said, Zay, what do you remember previously?
So we got to see Tyrion. He's locked up right now. He actually had a conversation with Podrick. Because as we know, Tyrion is currently being blamed for the poisoning of... And
he's not allowed to talk to Bronn.
Yep.
Because Bronn's even under investigation himself.
Basically, they want him to... He's gonna go to kind of he's gonna be tried, but it's basically he can't have anyone that would even support his side. From what it seems like, they're not letting anybody come to his side to even try to defend him.
A mysterious man was trying to convince Podrick to testify against him.
Yes. Sansa escaped King's Landing with Baelish. We found out she gets to the ship, actually finds out it's Baelish, and then Baelish executes, basically proves once again everyone in King's Landing is liars. The dude that Sir Dantos, was his name Dantos?
Yeah, but it's not confirmed that Dantos was... Well, I guess, yeah, he did lie about the necklace.
He kind of, yeah, he told Sansa that this necklace was one of a kind, da-da-da-da-da. And then Baelish said, I had that necklace made a couple days ago. I gave it to him, told blah, blah. Basically proving you can't trust anybody still, at all. Don't trust anybody. You can't trust anybody. Jon was trying to relay the information to the Night's Watch, trying to get them to unite because Mance is coming, and he's letting them know that, you can worry about me and cut my head off because I laid with the wildling woman, Ygritte. However, we have a bigger problem that's coming, so we might need all the power we can get, all the force. And so they kind of delayed his trial, it seemed like. They said, we're not going to have your head yet, or we're not going to take off your head yet. So who knows? Maybe they come back and are like, okay, thanks for helping, and then kill him if they win. And then I'm trying to think. There was another major... what else happened? Dany launched... she arrived at Meereen, and she actually took a different kind of tactic. It was an interesting tactic. She launched the collars of all the slaves that she freed over the wall. So we noticed some slaves in Meereen start to pick them up, and they kind of gave their masters a side eye, hey, man, she kind of... I kind of want to go with her. And it looked like the masters were getting a little stressed out because... usually I'm sure a lot of those slaves also make up their military and stuff too as well, because they're just free bodies to have as soldiers to defend and, work on the city, etc., etc. So if she takes Meereen, that's another large city of slaves that she could have under her belt and part of her arsenal. So I think that's a little decent recap, but I mean, I'm ready to get into season 4, episode 4.
We don't want to get into everything and just not waste time, but we don't want to get everything and spend too much time on the intro. But with that being said, let's not make you guys wait any longer. And here we go.
Skiddly beb.
Hey, apologize to this right now.
I'm sorry. It was the ice cube.
That's just fucking rude.
It was more, guys, it was aimed for Cameron.
If it got on any of you, just leave a comment down below.
They're
we'll take care of it.
Just get a video clip of someone getting an ice cube. They have an ice cube deck on the face.
I will make sure to cut those 2 clips together.
You must.
My name is Grey Worm. I come from the Summer Hills.
Summer Isles.
Summer Isles.
Oh.
Do you remember your home?
Unsolid. Always unsolid. Before unsolid, nothing.
Oh. What an awful existence.
I get that their name is Unsullied, but I guess it's just a matter of perspective because I could argue cutting off your private parts is pretty sullying something.
Mm.
I mean,
That's
I
true.
guess they're cutting them off, I guess, to make them unsullied. It's just whatever. You can't blame them.
And no, yeah, of course. Slave
They
mentality.
kind of have right. That's kind of like what's going on with Theon right now.
Yeah.
They're too afraid. They're too afraid.
Right.
Meritovie și derive samovita hime glezor espobilma. Mazeda în lodiri hime bive paiske jastă pordo. Crudvari mi bod mari hedovogeri. Ir os vilivan Daenerys zi. Jimisa esposal drizes.
True.
They got a reputation.
Yeah. They got a point though too.
Yeah, they're not soldiers. But they do have weapons.
You know how to swing a sword? Just swing at the people. Aim for the head.
Stick them with the pointy end. That's what Jon told Arya
Yeah.
or I think it was Jon or Rob, whoever gave Arya the sword.
Yeah.
Or I think where Ned maybe said it. I don't know. Leave a comment down below.
Stick them with the pointy end.
Dude, could you imagine?
Oh, bro. Bro, like, Jesus. All right. Like, God. She makes it look too easy. Like, she really does. But keep in mind too, she
seems to be making the right moves.
But she's building reputation now, which is eventually going to result in people like, you know, if I'm in Westeros King's Landing, you know, she's supposed to be taken out back when Rob was alive. She's still alive now.
We already know Tywin's thinking about her,
and now he's finding out she's fleeing she's taking over these cities. How did this woman that was married to Akal turn into now freeing 3 different cities and having a military, like really has a decent sized military, including the Unsullied?
How many children did the great masters nail to mileposts?
163, Khaleesi.
So it was 163 total.
Okay.
I guess they counted that one in the 163.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is better to answer injustice with mercy.
I will answer injustice with justice.
I like it. Ooh. Imagine going from being a master to being... Your life was good about 13 hours ago. Now,
right. Look at that view.
That's a cool shot. Yeah, man.
Look at that.
The dragon, man. She is making a lot of moves. That was a dirty fucking move.
Knocking your ass to the dirt with your own hand.
You want to fight pretty or you want to win?
You talk to
I was
my
gonna
brother
say,
this
yeah.
way.
All the time.
He's teaching him, like,
I mean, if you're out there on the field,
it doesn't matter how pretty it looks.
they're gonna take your hand and slap you with it. Like,
Your brother ever tell you how I came into his service?
He stood for him in his trial by combat at the Eyrie.
But only when Lady Arryn demanded the trial take place that day. You were his first choice.
Yeah, remember?
Yep.
You would ride day and night to come fight for him. You gonna fight for him now?
That's tough. That means you're directly going against Cersei.
So how is our sister? How do you think? The son died for her arms. Her son?
Oh.
Oh. Poke the sleeping bear. Her son? Stop.
You really asking if I killed your son? Are you really asking if I'd kill my brother?
Okay. I like it.
How can I help you? Well, you could set me free. No, I can't. I'm the Lord Commander of the King's Guard. Sorry, I'd forgotten. I'd hate for you to do something inappropriate. Sansa's not a killer. Not yet, anyway.
I wonder if Tywin would get him, like, would believe that Tyrion did it. Because, like, I feel like I know Tywin, like, has shown his dismay for Tyrion, how he doesn't really like him.
Uh-huh.
Like, something about me is, like, feels like Tywin almost wouldn't, out of, like, just the fact that it's, like, not true. I don't know. There's something weird to me.
You know, Tywin would what? Tywin would...
Not like go rule against Tyrion saying like he did it.
I see.
Something about that for
Find
some
him
reason, like
guilty.
his character would be like, it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Then perhaps it was your husband.
No,
How do you know?
it just do.
You're right.
It's interesting. They both are like certain that the other person didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that
Sansa
lovely
and Tyrion.
necklace Dantas gave you?
Wait.
I suppose you noticed that a stone was missing after the feast.
I don't understand. The Lannisters gave you wealth, power. Joffrey made you the Lord of Harrenhal.
A man with no motive is a man no one suspects. Always keep your foes confused.
Good point.
What you want, they can't know what you plan to do next.
He always says chaos is a ladder.
Mm-hmm.
So many men, they risk so little. They spend their lives avoiding danger. Then they die.
Do you believe him?
I don't know. I really wish I could watch it back and see if there was a stone missing at some point in that fucking necklace now. I hate when people do that shit in movies and shows. Like, oh, you don't recognize. There was 32 crystals on side of that necklace. There's 34 now. It's like they added 2. When it's like, wait, what? You would have never suspected it.
Crown on his head is not a reliable ally. Who could trust a friend like that?
I could see him doing it though. But he's deceitful and he's a liar also.
That was something my new friends wanted very badly. Nothing like a thoughtful gift to make a new friendship grow strong.
Cersei may be vicious, but she's not stupid. She'll turn the boy against you as soon as she can. Luckily for you, the Queen Regent is rather distracted at the moment, mourning her dear departed boy. Accusing her brother of his murder, which he didn't commit.
He could have done.
Oh, he could have done, but he didn't.
You don't know, Grandmother.
But I do know. You don't think I'd let you marry that beast, do you? What?
I don't.
I think she was a pretty obvious suspect as well.
I never heard you say her.
You just do what needs to be done.
You don't think that she was an obvious suspect? Other than Tyrion, she's the only one that didn't like the marriage.
No, I'm not saying she was or wasn't an
Oh, I
obvious
thought
suspect.
I said that.
I'm just saying,
I thought I said that in the last reaction.
I don't know if you did. I don't recall
Maybe I
you
didn't.
saying that, but you might have.
Maybe I didn't, but I would have suspected her before Baelish and Tyrion.
Someone's safe. We're protecting him.
The way you protected Joffrey.
Oh, you dumb bitch. Shut up.
She'd hoped I'd send her daughters back to her.
Oh, you shouldn't have said that. Sansa escaped, though.
Or did you promise?
I swore by all the gods that if her daughters were alive, I'd return them to her.
So you made a sacred vow to the enemy.
I wanted to get back to you. But I told her to fuck off.
He can't win.
Catelyn's Stark's dead.
So if I told you to leave the capital right now and find Sansa and bring me her head, would you do it? I know you went to see Tyrion.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Creature who murdered our son.
Creature.
how dare she?
He didn't do it, Cersei.
Always pitied him.
We're seeing Jaime. I mean, it's not. He's kind of refusing to lie at any point right now to her.
That will be all, Lord Commander.
Ooh.
So he didn't get there fast enough to you, but then because he promised to bring Catelyn and her daughters back, and that was a promise he made to the enemy, now it's, oh, but you just wanted to get back to me, so you swore a vow to the enemy, and you can't fucking win. It's like, did you
And
want
now
me
he's
back
just
here?
Lord Commander, not
Yeah,
Jaime.
bro. He's literally going to sleep on the couch tonight. He's not sleeping in bed.
Word has it, I'm to be your bride.
He's like, okay, but she says I gotta be in bed. It's 10.
Before we decide to spend our lives together, we ought to get to know one another, don't you think?
He's like, hubba bubba.
Yeah, bro.
But if my mother
It
found
can
out.
be us.
Yeah, bro. He's got an angel and a devil on his shoulder. Do it, bro. Talk to her. It's 10:30. If she walks by this room, you're fucked.
Who cares? Forget her. Do it.
Just do it,
No,
bro.
no.
Come on, bro. Please.
When we marry, I become yours.
Bro, sweat is beating off him right now. He's like, fuck. He's digging it, though. He's like, this is it. Oh, bro, he's so thought for a second. He's like, on the lips. Mesmerized.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he just pitched himself a tent right there.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, he's like, wait for the door to shut. Like, it's all right.
Valyrian steel.
It's yours.
I can't
It
accept.
was reforged from Ned Stark's sword. You'll use it to defend Ned Stark's daughter.
Wow.
You swore an oath
to return the Stark ghost to their mother.
It was Ned Stark's sword.
Right.
I'm not sure if he passed it on to Robb, and then Robb gave it to Brienne, or if he had it, and Robb died and they took it from Robb, or if it was just Ned's the whole time and they got it from him when they killed him.
I thought Robb had it though.
I think Robb did, because why would they take so long to like
get it and melt it down? Like, why wouldn't you have done that way earlier?
I think Robb ended up getting it, but if we're wrong, then it was Ned's prior.
I almost forgot. I have one more gift.
I mean, that's a pretty damn good gift.
Yeah. Well,
I don't need a squire.
No, that way, at the timing of what you said to Podrick's smug face.
Ready the lady's horse.
I'm sure the whole brothel is sad that Podrick's leaving. They're like, no. Are you kidding? Where's he going? Can we follow him?
Any ideas?
Oathkeeper.
Ah, the name of the episode.
It's a good name for her.
For
her sword. For anybody.
But it's funny because it's kind of like, the opposite of his history. I mean, his nickname's Oathbreaker. Kingslayer, Oathbreaker. That's what he was saying. He's like, they call me all these different names.
Right. Can you imagine how big your ego's got to be for you to drink out of a skull?
Drinking wine from the skull of Gior. Fucking Mormon.
You just didn't even drink that wine. You straight up just bathed in it.
Gift
What the fuck is that?
Craster's last child. A boy.
Don't need another mouth to feed. Hand him over.
He didn't kill them. He offered them.
To who?
To the gods.
The White Walkers.
Interesting.
Let's give the Walkers what they want.
Let's see what happens here.
Hey, bro, it's fucking cold. Could you wrap me up more in this
Yeah.
fucking...
Yo, bro,
Oh, okay.
You got me fucked up, dog. Hey, where you going? Hey! What the
He had to
fuck?
cover his face because he was like...
Oh, can't even look at it.
There's Ghost.
Yeah. I hope Ghost rips
What
your
an
nutsack
asshole.
off.
Pussy.
Pussy bitch. Scared the shit out your stupid ass.
Hold up.
Oh, you're fucking joking. They're that close. Oh my god.
Bran's in the wolf. Is he? Would you consider that a werewolf?
I guess, kinda. It's like if a werewolf was like split in half.
He sees Ghost.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Damn.
Mama, he's hurt. They've caught him in a trap. Who?
Nah, bitch. They caught you as me, asshole.
Summer's like, this motherfucker just say they caught me in a bro. No, I got the short end of the fucking stick, dog. I was gonna lay my happy ass down.
Hold on.
Don't hurt him. He's dumb. He doesn't know any better. Leave, oh. He doesn't even know what he's doing.
That's fucked.
Hold on. Hold on.
If I was your size, I'd be king of the fucking world.
No, you wouldn't.
Right?
You just be more.
You'd be a bigger bitch. That's what
Yeah.
you'd be.
Highborn hostage. That's valuable. But 3 of them. That's a lot of mouths to feed.
What the fuck's wrong with him?
Come here.
No. Please, please let me help him.
Who are you?
Please.
Who are you?
A Brandon Stark.
It's Jon Snow's brother.
Oh boy.
Yeah. This is intense right now.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I just need Jon to get there, like ASAP. I don't know how long 60 miles takes to travel by horse. I'm presuming they're using horses. Is this? That horse is quite dead. Along with its rider. It's quite dead. Well, quite alive, but also quite dead. Oh.
So we know that they end up getting the baby boys.
And it doesn't just get eaten immediately or anything crazy.
Right.
I was like, homie's just taking him, snagging him, munching on him, something. I don't even know. Also, like, doesn't really let us gauge how far they have to travel. Really, because it showed like we can kind of guesstimate of like when he got it. Well, we don't even know when they grabbed the baby versus how long it's been because the sky's so dark.
Right.
Where they're at. So it's hard to guesstimate like how long was this journey? How many miles is it? so he goes to a shrine.
Oh, we saw him in the snow. I don't even think we even saw the sky prior. But look, yeah, the sky here is dark.
That baby's like, bro, this is cold as fuck. Can I just like heat me up, bro?
Both figuratively and literally.
Yeah. Yeah, facts.
That was Game of Thrones season 4, episode 4, Oathkeeper. If you guys liked what you were watching, leave a like down below. It'd be greatly appreciated. Subscribe to stay tuned for more. If you're not already, you can hit that bell notification button to be notified the next time we upload a new video. Also, if you want to check out our full-length reaction to this and the next 4 episodes, you can check that out on Patreon. With that being said, Zay, what are your initial thoughts?
That was a really cool episode. A lot of information just came in. Character development as well. Interesting ending. Very interesting. Not what I expected to happen with the child, but that's interesting to know. Like his ability.
Do you have any well, actually we'll get into it. Let's start from the let's start with Daenerys and the slaves and Grey Worm. So Grey Worm is learning English.
Yep.
He helps the other Unsullied sneak into the city with slave costumes on, and they give the slave weapons, and they have a whole revolution. And now Dany has pinned up a bunch of the masters to posts, just like they did to the children. And that was her saying, you know, I'm not going to show mercy. I'm going to show justice. What's your thoughts? What are your thoughts about that whole situation? She has another city now. More slaves are freed.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on that whole situation?
It felt like kind of what I was saying about what she might do in Meereen happened, where I thought that she might use as like a base more so now. Like she went to Astapor and she went to Yunkai, but we didn't see her hang a banner. Like she went, like she purposely has a banner, her banner, the Targaryen like dragon shit, hanging from the very top of it, and like you see her standing like at the top of it, almost like this is my city now. Like, you know, this is where I rule from. I'm not saying she's gonna stay there for a long time, but it felt a lot different from Yunkai and Astapor, where it felt like she got them. All right, next, let's keep moving. Got him. All right, next. You could argue that she was spending the time there because they were still nailing the masters up to the post. But that's a third city. That's a lot. Like I said, her military is very large. And even if they're untrained soldiers, she has men that can train them. They're not going to be the best soldiers that get trained, but they will be better than untrained soldiers for sure. And they seem ready to fight for her, or the people seem ready to fight for her, calling her Misa. They're backing her once again. So
what are your thoughts on the decision to post up all the masters 100 to each 163 markers? Do you think that was fair justice?
I think it's fair. I mean, I think it's fair, and I think that she's showing her leadership style is, like she said, I'll treat injustice with justice. Like injustice doesn't get to see mercy. They don't get to just be slaves, because those children, I mean, it made it worse that they were children, didn't, you know, they didn't just get to be slaves. They got killed. They got nailed up, basically disrespected. So fine. And
a bit of the Hammurabi Code.
And they were living, and it's like these masters were also living a lavish lifestyle based off the backs of these people. So they're facing the ultimate price for it. So I see why she did it. I don't totally disagree with it. I think, you know, yeah, if you want to serve her with justice, serve her with justice.
All right. Let's talk about Jaime and Tyrion, you know, and him getting sword lessons. Let's talk about Jaime's adventure this episode.
Just
So,
Jaime in general.
yeah, he's getting some sword lessons. He had a conversation with Tyrion. He also had a conversation with Cersei, and he had a conversation with Brienne. So,
Yeah.
you know, let's start from the sword training and kind of work our way through. What are your thoughts on, you know, do you think he's getting better? He's starting to learn how to fight a little more dirty, and that could be advantageous to someone like Jaime, who's very like pretty, as Bronn would say, because he even
Yeah.
didn't want that guy to stab Ned in the leg. He wanted to do it his own, like, pretty fighting, like, you know, type of situation. But now Bronn is saying, you got to get dirty. What are your thoughts on that whole situation?
I think Bronn was kind of waiting to kind of fight a little dirtier with Jaime until like he was actually capable of fighting. Because you saw as Jaime was doing like at the first time he was fighting, it was like everything was like super like robotic. Like he has to make sure that every parry lands to say anything. And this you purposefully, like, they show him do the with the flip with the sword a couple different times. So to Bronn, that might be like, okay, he's getting comfortable. Cool. But that's not how you're going to fight, especially when you're at a disadvantage. You need to be able to fight at the dirtiest level, because someone else who's just because Bronn did because he's training you, yes, but that doesn't mean someone else in the battlefield is not going to think of that to grab your hand, smack it away. I mean, that thing's still a weapon. It's also pure fucking metal. You can bop someone in the face with that shit. So, I think that I think Bronn's doing the right thing, teaching him how to fight dirty. And I think that Jaime is definitely getting more comfortable now with using his left hand, but Bronn's also trying to do his best to keep him on his toes, which he should.
He had a conversation with Tyrion in the cells, and it was, I guess, I don't know if you would say the conversation was deep, but definitely the understanding between the two was very deep. They have a very deep understanding. I know you didn't kill, or are you seriously asking me if I killed your son? Are you seriously asking if I would kill you? Like, a very deep understanding of each other. And do you think that he will decide I'll be, you know, on Tyrion's side in this trial? Like, what are your opinions on that whole situation?
Yeah, I feel like he won't. I feels like Jaime's starting to drift more towards, like, you know, doing more honorable. Like, I mean, I feel like part of it is probably, you know,
you don't think he'll be on Tyrion's side.
No, I just said I think he would be, because wouldn't it be more honorable to defend the
yeah,
person?
that's what I thought.
Yeah, that's what I said.
But maybe I asked the question weird. Or heard your response weird, but okay, keep going.
So I would think that he's kind of transferring, because when you think about like Jaime's history, again, he's basically been known as he's known as a traitor. That's what he's known as. So I think partially psychologically, he's doing anything he can probably for himself that can kind of prove to himself, like, I'm really not a traitor. Like, I really just am trying to do maybe the best. And then maybe he's trying to also prove it under other people's eyes. That's just me speculating on what might be going through his head, because to be known as a traitor your whole life, people always know you as you're an Oathkeeper,
especially when the reason you were a traitor was to save millions of
you're people. Like, this was the greater good, you know? And it's like, nope, you're just a king, you're a king slayer. It's like, okay, but you don't know the context of it. And so and yeah, I think they do have a very deep understanding of each other, even if they're not like super buddy and like, that my guy, what's going on? It's like they understand at like a deeper context. Like, look, like, I would never, you know, or I wouldn't do something like that to you. Tyrion wouldn't do something like that. I mean, Bronn even says like that's not really his style. He wouldn't point like he like, you know. So it was cool to see their relationship kind of develop, and we're seeing it unravel. I know you'll lead probably into Cersei's conversation.
Yeah,
we're seeing it unravel. We're seeing it unravel on the other end with Cersei now, who hates it. Yeah, she's starting to give him the cold shoulder. I mean, like I said in reaction, he can't win. He's like, yeah, again, now she's saying, oh, so you vowed to the enemy. It's like, I did it for the benefit of us. One, I'm getting back to King's Landing. So what? I'm giving them, you know, I'm giving them a Stark. There's one of the daughters back, and the daughter's back. It's like,
it's kind of like saying, wait, you spent our money at the grocery store? Yes, so we can eat.
It's like, how could you? It's like,
right. Like,
but
what?
well, it's like at first you're like, "Ugh, you didn't get any groceries. I'm starving. And then you finally go out and get them. Like, I can't believe you spent our money. It's like,
right.
well,
Like,
what do you want me to do? But and
you
maybe
took too long.
maybe maybe to Jamie, this is showing kind of how unhinged Cersei is. Like, granted, it's a mother grieving, so I can't, that would be my only argument for her, is that maybe her mental's not completely there, but she is a little bit, she's fucking,
right now.
she's a little nuts. So, not that he's a saint. So, but it is showing like their relationship is falling apart. Now you're calling him just the Lord Commander. Like that separation, or with everything that's going on, it's creating a very big split between the two.
Speaking of split and separation, Jaime sends Brienne off onto her journey with Podrick and gives her his Valyrian sword, and she names it Oathkeeper. What are your thoughts on the partnership of Brienne and Podrick and how that might go, and what do you think is going on with her relationship with Jaime? It seemed like they ended off on a pretty good note. Do you think they'll ever see each other again? Rob said to Jon in like the first episode, the next time I'll see you, you'll be in all black, because Jon was going to the wall.
Right.
And Rob never saw Jon again. So there are going to be moments, or at least there have been moments, where people will part and they won't see each other again. Like Ned, for example, has parted ways with Jon and never saw him again. So what are your thoughts basically on this parting, and do you think they'll ever see each other again?
If they do see each other, I feel like what would be interesting to see is, what if they see each other on the battlefield? Like, what if the next time that they see each other is there's another war that breaks out? Lannisters are defending King's Landing or something. Maybe, whatever the case may be, or maybe they are fighting side by side. I don't know what the next time they're going to see each other is.
Do you think that? But do you think
I think they'll see each other again. In regards to her and Podrick, I think it'll be kind of interesting to see them function together, but I can't really speculate on what the fuck could possibly happen with those two. Like, honestly,
Okay. Yeah.
it's just like, it's so there's two, we've only seen them like so separate all the time, and like Podrick's character is like very different than her. Where like, he's not really a soldier, like, per se.
Well, we had a little bit of I did it kind of situation with Peter Baelish and also Olenna, and then they were talking to Sansa and Margaery respectively. So what are your thoughts on who might have done it? Do you think it was one of them? Do you think that it still could be somebody
It seemed
else?
more like a joint effort, if anything.
Or do you think it was both of them together? Like, what are your thoughts on that whole situation?
Just going off the audio or the dialogue, he basically said it was a gift to his new friends who he believed were predictable, and immediately cuts to Olenna. So first inkling is going to be like, oh, these are the two. I know that the show doesn't always function like that, though. That could be a red herring, us thinking that it's Olenna that he was talking to and arranged for this, killing with. One thing's for certain: Baelish loves chaos. Olenna didn't like Joffrey like most, but she's not the only one that really didn't want to see Joffrey as king. So I want to say it was a pairing or a group effort between Olenna and Baelish. I can't like totally guarantee it, but from circumstantial points, it seemed like Baelish would have the resources to supply what was needed to get it done. He just needed someone to help him get it in and close and like arrange for, what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, you could argue you could say it was Baelish solo, but he never even explained. He goes, because he said with the necklace, he's like, you probably didn't notice there was one missing crystal. Okay, but who put the crystal in? Did someone unscrew it from that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when did it pop? How did it pop off of her necklace? Did someone unscrew it? Like, it was on her neck during the event. So that means that someone have the, like, you know what I'm saying? There's holes in his story. Olenna didn't really give shit except for saying, you know I would never let you marry that monster, right? Or you know I didn't want to let you marry that beast. So it's like, okay, you guys aren't really giving details about it, but like they're very
Right.
vague. So I would hope to possibly maybe see a dialogue between Olenna and Baelish or
Possibly.
something.
We'll have to
So
see. Sansa's on her way to Lady Aaron
yeah,
of the Vale, the Sky Tower.
yeah.
Do you think they'll make it? They're on the ships right now, and if they do make it, what do you think? How do you think that might occur?
I
Like, what do you
think
think might
I think
happen? Do you think that?
I think
I
Cersei
mean,
has people probably going after them. She
okay,
she went and asked Jaime, like, so if I told you right now to go get her head and bring it back to me, would you? And he straight up just didn't answer. So, but Cersei is spiteful and she's like, she's not letting this go. Like she wants who she believes did it punished. You know,
right.
like Tyrion was saying, he's like, I'd imagine that that she'd rather me just dead before a trial, before I could even get tried to get proven, you know, guilty. I think that they'll make it, but I think that they're gonna run into someone trailing them or something along those lines.
We'll have to see. Mm,
But it'd be
and
interesting to see her arrive at the Vale because I don't know how Lady Aaron is gonna be. She's weird. I don't
she
like. We
is
didn't
weird.
really get too much about her character except from the engagement with Tyrion and her child sucking her boob at the
Yeah,
age
yeah, we'll have to see.
it was.
Marjorie is kind of sealing the deal with Tommen, trying
Yeah,
to get in there quick while his mother's grieving. What are your thoughts on that situation? How do you think that will pan out? Do you think she'll be successful in her endeavors, or do you think that it might wake the beast in Cersei and it won't work out for her? What are your thoughts on that situation?
if Cersei finds out, she's gonna be in a shit storm for sure. But she's smart because uh, you need to insert your hooks into if I'm her, you're inserting your hooks into him now before her mother can start to really his mother can start to like maybe kind of like no, yeah, you'll marry this girl, but like you can't trust, like, you know what I mean? Because like a lot of time with stuff like this, especially like in the time period and stuff they have it in, um it's like you just have to deal with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this marriage isn't optional, but like, like Tyrion was forced to marry Sansa. He didn't want to marry Sansa.
Uh
It's
huh.
like, but just deal with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Deal with it. It's for the greater good. Like, oh no, you
That's what
can
you think Marjorie is feeling?
no, I'm thinking that what my point being that Marjorie's inserting her hooks now before Cersei can start to kind of convince Tom and otherwise about trusting Marjorie and you know
Gotcha.
what I'm saying? So get your hooks in him now, have him, trusting you and everything before his mother, who he'd probably take her opinion a lot stronger, especially initially, starts to, convince otherwise because she doesn't really like Marjorie either way.
We
From the
have
appearance of it.
Jon has now gathered some men to head to Craster's Keep
Mhm.
and deal with that little problem over there. And at the same time, Bran is now a hostage there.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on? And they've got both direwolves. So, do you think that this spells the end for Bran and possibly Jon, or what do you think? Do you think that they will have a happy ending? What do you think will occur in that
I don't
situation?
think Bran's really at risk. He's more of a chess piece. He's a bargaining piece, a valuable hostage. He's a Stark, you know. So I think keeping him hostage is in the best interest of them. However, if John finds that out, you're also in a world of trouble because he's going to be fighting extra hard to get Bran free. And it's going to give him that extra desire to, I wonder if, because I imagine they're not just going to walk in and try to like go head to head. What I would imagine is something along the lines of like John and his guys kind of scouting the area, maybe him seeing Bran there and being like, because he already expects him to possibly going to Craster's. So if he finds out he's already there, then he's gonna realize like the trouble that he's already in. And um, I don't think it spells the end of either one of them. And I
Okay.
think that if he does win and he comes back to the Night's Watch, that's gonna all those people that were sitting at those tables might start to look at him different. Before they were like, I'm not volunteering to go up there. That might be a death wish. We don't really know this guy. To them, he goes back with that many men, comes back. And if he brings like most of them back, they're gonna be like, oh, he can. Okay, maybe this guy is a good leader. Like which is
Yeah.
also Thorne's kind of like he doesn't want that to happen because he wants to
Doesn't seem like
lead.
it.
He surely seems like he wants to lead, but we'll see.
Well, speaking of Craster, we got to see what happens to Craster's baby boys. And so we already know that the White Walkers and the dead men are two different things.
Yes.
And we know that the dead men are raised from the dead.
Right.
And we don't know much about the White Walkers, but this baby wasn't dead.
So
and
my first speculation immediately once I started to see the eyes was maybe that this is how maybe this is one of the ways that White Walkers could, maybe they rise. Because I mean, think about it this way: if White Walkers take over a city, right? We don't know how many babies or children. I don't know how old they have to be for that thing to work. It seems like he has the magic ability to be able to touch it and basically start to turn it into what appeared to be a White Walker from its eyes and everything, and it being alive, so not being a dead man, which, like we said, is raised from the dead. That's a pretty powerful ability. Like if all, like, what I'm saying, if you can take out most of the adults inside of a village and all you have left is like the younger children and like infants. I don't know. Here's the other thing too, is like what I was curious about is, okay, when he does that, is it gonna now age faster? Like, is it stay a White Walker baby? Does it stay as a baby? Does it grow older?
We don't even know if it
turns into a White Walker officially. From the looks of it, it looked like it, but it's pretty clear that that's a dangerous ability for that thing to have, because if it can turn babies into White Walkers, then it's like, yeah, that's a
Do you
fucking
think
problem.
that whatever that ability is, do you think that all the dead men, all the White Walkers, all of that can do that? Or do you think, because there was a ritual site, so do you think only White Walkers can do that?
I think it's more specifically like only one, maybe two can do it. I don't even think like all of them can do it. Maybe I'm wrong, but and then the other thing too is that raising dead men, like people from the dead. So if White Walkers take over a whole town, just to even reiterate that point, if White Walkers take over a whole town, they kill all the adults, they do that to the babies, and if that turns them into White Walkers, and then they raise the dead men of the town, it's basically like that town still exists, just now they're part of that army.
Well,
which is
that's the problem with fighting these kind of people is that if you were in a war against them, every casualty on your side is an extra member now on their side.
In a war it's a war of attrition, which you're going to lose naturally, because there's no way, unless you have Dragonglass and they're able to start stabbing them all somehow.
Well, we'll have to see. With that being said, guys, if you enjoyed what you're watching, leave a like down below. Subscribe to stay tuned for more. You can hit that bell notification button to be notified the next time we upload a new video. If you want to watch a full-length reaction to this and the next 4 episodes, you can check that out on Patreon. With that being said, Zay, I know you have a Twitch.
Yes, I do. My Twitch will be linked down in the description below. I stream Sunday through Friday. Come hang out. Come, just stop by. Give me a follow if you're liking what you're seeing. I love all the support. I'm on there Tuesdays and Fridays with Cam. And and Cam, I know you also have a Twitch.
Yep, just your average Cam. I'm playing games like blah 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 blah. If you want to know what game I'm mentioning, you're gonna have to click the link and find out.
Diabolical.
With that being said, guys, we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for joining.
Peace.